Good morning everybody. Today, as promised, we do a side-by-side comparison of two brothers of the same mother, the Turkish Bow by Vegh. This model is already 14 years old and this is just brand new made. For this one you can see the review on my channel. I did it recently and now we see how different they are, how they still work and everything. Let's go. Luckily both of them it's 40 pound and this says here 41 pounds, so they have even almost the same poundage, so we can really check the performance later. And now when you look at the shape, see that there did not that much change. I would say we have a little more flex in the handle on the new one. So it goes a little, you see it goes a little in, but it's really only minor. And it looks therefore a little longer, but I guess it's not. The rest, the limb width is the same. The whole handle window is not bigger, it's only more smooth. So here you have an edge on the old one, and here this is more smooth. But then the handle, the arrow pass is a little different and the sears are a little different, but let's see what we have now. Let's compare. The new one has knock to knock 53 inches, we know that from the review. The old one 52 3/4. The arrow pass of the old one is not wide by any means, it's 22, and the new one has 17 millimeters, so we have here 5 millimeter difference in the arrow pass, but the width of the handle seems like it's still the same. So the width of the handle is 26 at the old one, and the max width of the new one is 27, so that's the same almost. And the depth of the handle on the biggest part of the old one is 37, and the new one 36.5. Yeah, so very similar, but completely different. Here with this narrow arrow pass you have this nice bulb here, and here it's more straight, but they weren't bad by any means. So that's a difference in the handle, difference in the sears. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, we have here this round rubber pad at the old one. Oops, sorry. The round rubber pad on the old one and the new leather or the triangular shape on the new one. And then you see the sear design in the beginning. Of course, everybody tries to get rid of material in the sears. You see how thin the old sears are and how built up and reinforced the new ones are. That's one thing. The length is kind of the same, but what we gained in width at the new one, we lose a little on height. So this one is way higher here, and this one is a bit more narrow. The rest is, the string groove is same deepness, and then you have here slightly, the Kazan is a little, it's a bit more narrow here, it goes out, and here it's of course a little wider and goes out, and here you have a slightly, it's slightly hollow, so it's a bit more refined, and this goes straight down there. So these are the design differences, so to say. Let's see how they are to string. Let's string the old one first. And it came with a string holder. 14 years. I had my first one 8 years ago. Something like this, 7-8 years ago. Worked great. It's, stringing of these bows is simply easy. Look at this. Nice. Very long center serving. And the bow is straight. Straight. So, the new one. So I didn't measure another string length, but it's the same, I would say. So straight. Oh, there you hear the difference already a little. So good. This is how they look now. Strong. See, there is not really not a lot of difference. Let's see, put them behind each other, and then you see strong. They come very close, these two. The old one is a little softer in the string angle. The new one is a little more aggressive. And that's all. So, but it comes from the slight bend in the handle we saw already unstrung. Interesting, huh? So not much changed in the design over 14 years, but continuously small refinements done. 8 inches. And with this one we had, I wrote it down but I forgot, 7 3/4. So even there, very similar. Let's see what the weight did. So the new one is 350 grams, we know that already. The old one, 360, so way heavier. So 350 grams, the new one, 360, the old one. That's all. So now, both 232, 33 inches. So once you have the handle of the new one in the hand, you don't like that much the old one anymore. But that's me. So let's see. 28, 29, 30, 31. I mean, the throw experience of Vegh bows was always incredible. This one is a little crooked down there, but nothing serious. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So throw experience wise, I would say throws a little smoother, even if it's 1 pound more, but I guess simply because this bow has thousands of shots. And this one is still brand new, so very similar. So let's shoot the new one first. I did recently the videos of this bow, is still familiar with me. I only shoot this 465 grain arrows. They are 9 point something, I think. Go through the target. Nice. Everything in it, but you hear it a little and you still feel it a bit, this vibration I was talking in the video. So now the old one feels more beefy with this handle. So if you have big hands, most probably you would like the old design better. Goes through. Tunk. 1, 2, 3. So there's not so much going on. So either the design changes did this, or the choices of the wood, or maybe simply because the bow has way more shots, and then simply these vibrations disappear after a while. String pads the same, so both strings end up on string pads. Now let's shoot one. Let's see on 20 meters how they perform. This pink circle back there, how accurate out of the box they are, or how accurate I am. So a bit to the right and go through the target. Now I can't show you. We simply go to the next one. So. A bit low. Yeah. With the new one I feel directly a bit more comfortable. So this one takes simply a few shots. Okay then, 30 meters. Hope I don't shoot my crony. The left one. Now it goes to the left, the narrow arrow pass. It's confusing shooting these bows. Overcompensating, but okay. The old one. Oh, now the old one. That's the job. Oh, that was a bad shot, that was me. So not that big of a difference. So tells you already, even if you get your hands on a used Vegh bow, as long as you don't see optical damage, this bow will do a great job. Alrighty, then you know the draw curve, and I show you here what the draw curve did with the old one, and now we see with the new one, and now we see what the old one is doing compared to it at 28. .4 at 30. 40, oops, there we are, 45.6 at 32. That's 32, 51.6. And I'm not sure if this bow is doing 33, but we try now. Not that I break it now. Lasted 14 years and I break it. That would be nice. So this is 32. Oh, that one gets really stiff at the end. But it does a job. 45, I would say. 55. Whew. String angle. 28. Fine. So should be similar, I guess. Yep. 30. So 30. Yes, 30 inches, string angle of 60 degrees, same. So this is 30. This is 32. See? And this will be 33, but this bow gets a little more stiff after 32. So the new one is a little more, has a little more reserve in the back end. And still nice, look, nice bow. I mean, you see it's a little weathered, has a little patina on it, but still pretty there. They made a reinforcement. I don't know if there's something happened or maybe it's simply precaution. Can you go away now? So today we have a lot of mosquitoes. A few bumps and scratches, but nothing serious, and this bow still works. Nice. Let's see if we get speed-wise a significant difference. I don't think so. So we shoot over there. And you see everything nicely. I make sure that I draw exactly 32 inches, so when this one comes here, I let go 186, the new one. 177. Ow. Let me shoot 4 arrows to make sure. 181. 191. Average, and then you know. Let's see how the old one holds up compared to it. $194. 186. 190. 186. So, there you have it. Let's see the differences here. First the new one, 18 meters something. I shoot the left circle with the new one. Wait, why? Ay. Too early. The old one. Doesn't kick that much, but it's simply everything is a little more smooth. But I think you can expect this with the new one too once it has a few shots. There you have it, the two Vegh Turkish bows, old one and new one. You can feel the refinement, especially on the handle, the narrow arrow pass. The draw of the old one is a little nicer, but it's overall settled, so this has a few thousand shots, and then you feel okay. But on the other side, it doesn't feel like it kicks the arrows that much away, so it draws nice, it does everything, even the speed is there, but you don't feel it that much, so that shows me you will get the same characteristic with the new one. So this one is now, let's say, a little more pitchy, but it's simply because it's new. Once this bow is shot in, broken in after a few hundred shots, this bow will behave like the old one with all the benefits of this new design and stuff. So both incredible bows, and you see, warranty wise, as long as you treat your bow well, you have nothing to fear with a bow from Vegh, so they are simply awesome. Working great. Sometimes I shot with this one better, felt better, and sometimes this one felt better, so that's simply a matter of getting used to your bow, and then both will do for you an incredible job. So just in case you get your hands on an older one, simply check if there are some visible damages, shoot a few times. When everything is fine, nothing is rattling, it sounds solid like this one, get it, you have nothing, see, hear that? This is how it sounds, this is how the new one sounds. So the new one sounds a little higher frequency, but even this might change after a few shots, as said. So there you have it, my high scientific comparison of the Turkish bow from Vegh, the new model, and a 14-year-old model. Very well done, Mr. Vegh. I only can say so. Thank you very much for sending them to me so I could test and compare them. That wasn't even interesting for me because I don't have that old bows in my arsenal to be able to compare them to a newer model. So that was very interesting even for me. So differences are not big. You feel it a little more refined. This is more seasoned, simply settled. So this one is simply boom, shoots. This one is a little, yeah, I want to shoot. This one, I do the job. So interesting, very good. So even if you get a new one, you get the same as you always get from Vegh. So it's no problem. And what I saw now, because in my last video I was just complaining that there was no information on Peter Bogar's website about the Vegh bows. Now he did everything on it, including brace height and arrow weight and stuff like this. So thank you very much for doing that. Now we have all the information we need, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching.